Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to continue on with Graces. It's been a while since the last episode. I've been in the middle of moving, so I apologize for taking a long time. If I remember correctly, we learned a lot. We learned that Aki was dead the whole time. Spoilers, by the way, if this is the first episode of this you've seen. And she's been seeing dead people, and by dead people, everybody around her. So we learned about the posthumous wish, the titular posthumous wish, eponymous. It was Aki. We can make Aki do the wish, but actually Tomo was Mitsuki's sister, actually. And she made a wish to bring back her sister. So by doing, and then her sister wished to disappear, but because her wish was before hers, it canceled that wish. And also I'm in here involved somehow. It's a long story. I was in a cave, then I died in the cave, and I became a ghost. Spooky ghost wish. Okay, so let's go cancel Mitsuki's wish, save yourself, don't make a wish, wish for the best for everyone. Let's go in order. Let's cancel Mitsuki's wish. Actually, that might be the actual ending. Whoops. Okay, Tomo presses her hands against her chest and bites her lower lip. I really wanted to see all the bad ends first. Unable to bear her waiting gaze, I turn away and cover my eyes. Who is Mitsuki? What did she bring into this world? For bad or good, Mitsuki definitely had a strong influence on the people around her. Now it's up to them to utilize the experience they've gained. It's wrong to put absolutely all the blame on a poor girl wallowing in bad luck. It's wrong to erase someone's existence. It's wrong to disappear if it makes your younger sister sad. Alright, I've made my decision. I will cancel Mitsuki's wish. Aki! I know we don't show much respect for her decision, for her posthumous will, but I still can't let her disappear. Let her curse me for real, but I can't. It's sad and wrong. Thank you, thank you. Also, aren't I dead? How can she curse me if I'm dead already? I feel conflicted. I heard you was conflicted. I'm happy to see Tomo realize that her plan has succeeded. All her wishes have been fulfilled. On the other hand, we lose the ability to get a different ending to the story. Wait, what? Okay, well, hopefully that means I can still go back. I could have made my own wish. I want to live. What would have changed? Mom would have found me in that cave? We would have returned home and lived happily? Yeah, quite. Why not? But then Mitsuki wouldn't have existed. And without her, maybe something good wouldn't have happened. Listen up, Anacorus, I'm ready. Making my wish now. The flowers rustle enthusiastically. Don't grant the wish of the girl named Mitsuki. Let her be born, grow up, and make mistakes. Isn't this the kind of thing where, the Ghostbusters, you can't cross the beams? What happens if you cross the wishes? Let her change the world around her. Don't let her disappear. Phew, that's it. It's done. I stammer. Am I doing the right thing? Mom, will you forgive me? Will you support me? Tomo hugs me resolutely, taking a share of my shivers. You've done a very brave thing, thank you. I can never repay you for such a sacrifice. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. I wanted to fulfill Tomo's wish, and I did. No point in having doubts now. Now I can only hope that Dad, Haru, Natsumi, and Fuyumi would turn out to be strong enough to live a good life. Thanks. Now I want to sleep. Me too. We smile at each other like conspirators coming up with a new ingenious and devious plan. I'm sure everything will be fine, naturally. Then let's go, and you, Anacorus, behave yourself. Wait a bit, I'll be back in a moment. Tomo runs back to the mesh fence and hangs back Mitsuki's pendant. Amazingly, she had it all this time, but leaving it in the world of the living is probably the right thing to do. We walk away from the clearing. What? The sky is bright and clear like a huge endless lake. When did the Tomo bear get there? Minds of the Anacorus part, allowing me and Tomo to leave. The unknown is ahead, but I chose it myself, nothing to be afraid of. The unknown is good as well. It hides both bad opportunities and good ones. Let's play chess together in the next life. I'll beat you then as well. Tomo grows up to be Magnus Carlsen in the next life. Unfair. A riddle. We weren't. It is. We're gone. It remains. What? To Tomo Bear? No. Then an opportunity. An opportunity? I want it to remain even when I'll no longer be here. An opportunity to love yourself, an opportunity to smile, an opportunity to buy Totomo's bear plushies. I like opportunities. Career opportunities, the one that never knocks. You didn't quite get the points of the riddle, but I too like opportunities. We walk in the clearing behind our backs, turn into a white haze. We walk, new opportunities are being born somewhere ahead. And that's the first end. Okay, what I'll do is I'm gonna have to cut out the audio, aren't I? I'm gonna skip this this ending, this credit scene, because I'm gonna watch it at the end. Intruder! Oh, there's an ending. The spring is cold. The sky is gray and resembles an ice edge. What? The wind moves noisily between the tombstones, trying to dislodge the smoke from the incense. I'm here again, it's Haru! Haruki Mei looks at the grave of her older brother. It's been 5 years, and you don't dare mock me? I've grown a whole 3 centimeters. I haven't outgrown you, but you're still short. The girl comes to the graveyard every year. Every spring, she is overcome with unbearable longing, guilt, and anger at her own stupidity. Mitsuki was buried somewhere in this same cemetery. The past can't be changed, huh? Haruki Mei sighs. The corner of her mouth twitches upward, and the inanimate expression on her face becomes a little more human. Forgive me, it was all my fault. And tell Mitsuki that I'm really sorry. Guilt has been eating away at Haru for 4 long years, like a worm persistently gnawing its way through an apple. She doesn't sleep well, she doesn't eat much, she isn't doing sports anymore. At the university, Haru wants to make lots of friends, and she was unable to make friends with anyone after Mitsuki's death. The entirety of high school passed in dreary loneliness. She was reading at breaks and having lunch on the roof. Once in a while, she had to chat with her classmates when they asked her for her homework or to go grab buns for them. Haru never thought she'd be an errand girl in high school. She was dreading it. But despite everything, she tolerated it. Because such is her punishment. A murderer has no right to make a fuss or object. A murderer has to pay for her sins. It's absurd. Alright, off I go. Bye bye, brother. Haru's about to leave when she notices a piece of paper lying on the tombstone. It's being slightly rubbed by the wind, but it looks like someone had glued the paper to the stone or it would have flown away long ago. Bitterness builds up in her throat. Absurd. The girl picks up the sheet and stands for a while without moving. She's afraid to open it and learn what's written on it. She doesn't want to see her brother cursing her for that fateful night at the old school. Phew. She takes a deep breath, chasing fears away. What an absurdity. This lady, she's obsessed with absurdness. You can do it. Find them and you'll find yourself. I can find whom? A very strange and vague message. It's just like her dummy brother. Haru doesn't believe she is capable of anything. She's afraid to even begin. Turns out she's not strong, smart, and afraid of everything. I don't know where I was going with that. What if someone suffers because of her selfishness once again? But for some reason, her brother has left her a note. I hope it's a good sign. Have you heard? Another child went missing. Again? Horrible. Who? When? Also, apparently these are actual people. I think Summertime Sadness is like a friend of the developer because it was one of the names in the credits. There is... Oh, is there anything on Shamrock? There is. A million of versions. There's a plenty of places in the town where you can die. Okay, Leficus the Fourth? Wouldn't be the first time. A lot of people have gone missing over the years. Stop it now, I'm scared. Shall we organize a search? And you'll missing ourselves? Ha ha. My girlfriend and I have already searched the north of the town. Heroes. No luck so far. What, with a girlfriend? We can do it. Get a room. A cloying aroma is tickling nostrils. That cloying aroma always tickling nostrils. It's dark all around, the trees blur into a single canvas, and there's no visible exit. The boy walks, moving legs with difficulty. He is tired, hungry, and thirsty. Why is he walking? Where to? The boy only remembers smelling a pleasant, sweet aroma that reminded him of freshly baked goods. And then the world sank into a greenish haze. He has probably gotten lost. His mom and dad are probably worried. The boy should turn back, but an unknown force is pulling him forward, not allowing him to stop. He walks and walks until the dense rows of trees parts to the side. A clearing is spread out before the boy, where eerie triangular flowers flash with poisonous lights. Guy, I've always wanted to take a stroll here. Me too. Watch the hat lest it flies away. But what about... Haru lags behind her classmates. She wants to join the company, but she is afraid to get a word in edgewise. Instead, Haru is reading the chat where some horrors are being discussed. A boy went missing? She frowns, remembering that she heard similar cases before. Some children were found alive. They were wandering the streets of the suburbs, not understanding how they got there. They were drawn somewhere beyond their will, like butterflies drawn to sweet nectar. The others? Ack! A sharp gust of wind blows over the river. The straw hat soars to the sky, spins on its axis, and falls onto the calm river surface. Oh, come on. Told ya. What to do now? It's not deep. It's not so deep. Can you get it, please? It's my favorite hat. The classmate stays silent, and Haru realizes how it's going to end. Haru, do you mind? Oh yeah, please. The weather isn't warm enough to splash in the river, and Haru isn't sure that it really isn't deep there. Well, it can't be helped. Haru gets to the water's edge and takes off her sneakers and socks. Ack! The water turns out to be frosty. Don't get in the water, Haru. Oh my god. Haru grits her teeth, holding back swears. Come on, hurry. Don't dawdle lest it floats away. Buddy, it's floated away by now. The cheering shouts are more like jeers. The students are standing near the shore and pretending to cheer for Haru. As if the day is ruined. Must not get angry. Must not scream. She has no right to be angry. I'm sorry, I can't get it. Excuse me? Will you buy a new one? Sure. Haru. Oh, a loud splash sounds next to Haru. The student who has lost her hat collapses right into the river with a shriek of terror. What? And in the place where she stood, there is another girl now. What? The classmate watches, his eyes round with shock as the stranger puts down the leg she has kicked his friend with. This is Natsumi. What? What the hell are you doing? Don't you want to get the hat back? You still have time. You idiot, what the hell? The stranger snorts. You're in no hurry to save your hat, I see, and then you don't need it. And so there's no need to buy a new one, eh? She's Canadian. Are you crazy? The student comes to his senses and helps his friend to the shore. Haru follows them, forgetting about the cold out of shock. I know you're Natsukawa, right? Why are you bothering us? Oh, is there something wrong? Crazy one, let's go. The classmates climb up the slope and continue on their way, loudly discussing what has happened. Haru stares after them, unable to move. She is shaken, but she isn't sure if it's from the cold. Why? Sometimes I forget I'm no longer the head of the student council. Old habits die hard. Just what kind of student council is that? It's anime. They control the world. A student council has more power than the Japanese government sometimes. I see. There's a bathhouse nearby. Come on, let's get you dry. Haru follows Natsumikawa. What? Her name keeps on changing, as if in a fog. On the way, the girl tells Haru that they go to the same university but have different classes, so they haven't crossed paths. Natsukawa admits that she hates bullies with a passion, so she couldn't help but intervene. Haru wants to argue that no one bullied her. They fall into the river as punishment, but she doesn't have time since they've already made it to the bathhouse. There, Haru gets warm while her stuff hangs in the dryer. Haru pays for the visit and is surprised to notice Natsukawa waiting for her outside. No Chucky milk? What the hell? Join me for a stroll. Yeah, sure. They return to the embankment, the scene of the crime. Somewhere out there amidst the blue, a straw hat floats calmly. Perhaps Haru should follow its example, just float along, not worrying about anything until she's dragged to the bottom. You're thinking about something foolish, aren't you? No, she's thinking about something absurd. Not at all. Well, get ready for a load of unsolicited advices from me. I was bullied in junior high school. It wasn't seen from the outside, and I thought it was supposed to be this way. Give this, go grab that, lend your homework. I was being used and laughed at behind my back. Unlucky. Yeah, it was unpleasant, and it became worse. One girl started beating me up in the library. Oh my god, are they gonna find out it's the same girl? Horrible. Haru doesn't understand what this conversation is about. What's happening resembles a dream. It seems vague and unreal. It must have been unpleasant, sure, but what does it have to do with me? I get it. Until you yourself decide to change, no words will help. Mitsuki also tried. How do you know that name? How do you know that name? Haru doesn't hear the rest. The world gets drowned in white noise. Mitsuki. Why this name? This is actually when Batman met Superman. A coincidence? With difficulty, Haru swallows the lump that has formed in her throat. A little bit of a typo there. Who are you talking about? How do you know that name? Mitsuki Reina. She was the one who bullied me in the library. It can't be. Mitsuki was the least likely person to harm anyone. She wouldn't have hurt a fly. But this name, impossible for a simple coincidence. Why was she doing it? At first I thought she was a witch. She looked just like one and she always wore a strange pendant. It took me a lot of time to get to the bottom of the situation. It's very easy to bully someone who doesn't fight back. It's weird, but for some reason you start to think of it as a norm. Mitsuki, ... Natsumi's story sounds unreal. She is talking about some other Mitsuki, a strong Mitsuki, a confused Mitsuki. Also, why does her name keep on changing? But no, it was her. The schoolgirl who wouldn't part with the cheap pendant. She wanted... Right now I think she was missing a friend. Someone strong, someone capable of fighting back. Someone strong? Someone like Haru at the beginning of junior high school. Mitsuki believed that Haru would be able to handle the summoning ritual and fight any undead without fear. Silly, naive Mitsuki. Haruki Mei was weaker than her best friend would have liked. And now... Haru stops, lowering her gaze to the toes of her sneakers. Now she was as far as possible from the image of the intrepid girl ready to go to the old school at night. What would have Mitsuki said if she saw Haru today? She would have started bullying you. She would have started giving you some nuggies. She would have been disappointed. She would have turned away. Mitsuki, her eyes sting sharply. What's wrong? What happened? Coffee break? It's because of me, because Haru burst into tears. She doesn't understand why she's crying. Out of guilt? Out of resentment for her classmates? Out of feeling of her own insignificance? Hush, you've done nothing wrong. I did something horribly wrong. I killed Mitsuki, her and my brother who was me. Calm down and tell me about it. Haru dumps absolutely everything on her new acquaintance. About her friendship with Mitsuki, about the old school building, about Mitsuki's mistake while performing the ritual. About how Haru resented Mitsuki for not sharing her suffering. About her revenge. My brother died because of my selfishness. And then Mitsuki. I drove her to suicide, it was me. Hold on, Natsukawa? I'm sorry, it just keeps on changing. Hold on, calm down. You didn't want her to die, right? Of course not, but... What had happened was the result of unfortunate coincidences, don't you think so? No, it was my revenge. Stop it right now. If all people committed suicide after cruel pranks, humanity would have died out long ago. I don't know what was going on in Mitsuki's mind, but you shouldn't think that everything in the world is centered on you. Mitsuki could have had 1,000 reasons to do this and not that. What's the point of worrying about it now, let alone letting some idiots wipe their feet on you? I regret that I never got to be friends with Mitsuki, but I'm not going to forget her words and actions. Mitsuki changed me, and I'd like to thank her for at least this way. Natsumikawa has nothing more to say, so she says goodbye to Haru, leaving her alone at the riverbank. Haru picks up a pebble from the path and throws it into the water with all her might. The pebble moves in a high arc and falls into the grass. Ha. Gratitude. Natsukawa has decided to thank Mitsuki. She thinks Mitsuki had helped her. And who was the red-haired girl to Haru? A best friend? Someone who would have always supported her and not leave her in a bind. Someone who saw Haru as strong and brave, the coolest person in the world. Thanks to Mitsuki, Haru felt that way and was better than she actually was. Is it possible to bring those times back? Is it possible for Haru to become her old self? How? Without Mitsuki or for Mitsuki? Grrr! Ah, damn it, this day is a curse. Haru clutches at her hair and shakes her head. What to do? She wants to scream and crush everything around her. But it's pointless, useless. If there is one thing Haru can do, it's pulling herself together and trying to think about Natsumikawa's words. For Mitsuki and for herself. Oh my god, it's cold and scary. Water is dripping somewhere nearby. Hunger is very strong. Maybe chew on a weird green flower? It smells so good. You shouldn't. Don't eat. The voices sound soft, kind. Oh, whoops. Making you want to obey them. It's going to be alright. You'll be found, definitely. Don't give up. Okay. No strength left, burning desire to fall asleep and rest. To dream about mom and dad finding the scary clearing. To dream of salvation. Please don't fall asleep. The voices chase away the drowsiness and prevent hope from going away for good. Then the waiting will continue for a bit longer. Just a bit. Haruki has no clue what to do. She is confused, full of doubts, but she's sure of one thing: this cannot continue. She is sick of suffering and tolerating her classmates' mockery. They aren't bad people, but Haru herself lets them bully her. Enough of this. Haru decides to be strong, just like Mitsuki saw her. Courageous, fearless, determined. Meaning she should act, somehow. Haru is still bothered by her stupid brother's note. What did he mean? Haru tosses her cell phone on the bed in annoyance. It bounces and jingles, signaling a new message. Someone wrote in the chat again. The chat. Only missing children have been discussed there lately. Speaking of which, Mitsuki didn't die at home either, but on the outskirts of town. Is it possible that something drew her there as well? The children who were found spoke of a sweet aroma. Haru picks up her cell phone again and logs onto Shamrock, thinking to read about mystical places in the town. Of course, one of the first on the list is the old school, but it must have been searched through and through by now. This doesn't fit. Neither does this. Not this either. Haru rubs her eyes, feeling a sudden tearing sensation in them. The letters begin to blur. Something seems to be preventing her from reading the necessary lines. Maybe you shouldn't have drunk so much, Haru. I mean, you are in university, so it makes sense, but... it's absurd. She's getting anxious again. Lately, Haru has been going into her brother's room to calm herself down. Her parents don't touch anything there, as if hoping their son would come home from school like nothing had happened. Haru feels safe surrounded by his belongings. The moment she crosses the threshold, her eyes stop watering. She feels warm and calm. Haru runs her gaze over the mystical locations section of Shamrock once more. This time she notices an article about Anacorus almost immediately. It's rumored that on the outskirts of the city there is a clearing with magical wish-granting flowers, and in that clearing there is a cursed cave. Haru doesn't believe in magical flowers, but the cave piques her interest. Something about it isn't right. Thanks, brother. You're welcome! Haru gathers her strength, pockets the note from her brother, boards the train, and travels a couple of stations. From there she has to walk into the woods, passing a large tree. Here it is. Strange, the leaves are falling off. Haru thinks she has completely lost her mind, but then she remembers a tale from Shamrock. Nature goes crazy near Anacorus. Is the absurdity from the internet actually true? Haru feels an incomprehensible feeling in her stomach curling up into a ball. Anxiety mixed with vague hope. Haru makes her way through the rows of gloomy trees, feeling as if her legs are picking their own way. At last, she finds herself in the clearing. Glowing aroma hits her nose, making her dizzy. The unusual flowers rustle their 3 petals as if in greeting. Thick vines swell and shrivel, brimming with life. What a place! She wants to run away and stay at the same time. Anacorus is real. Then she can make a wish? There's a very tough condition for your wish to come true, Haru. Haru reaches for one of the flowers. She wishes that her brother was here. But her brother is dead! So if she could bring her ghost brother with her, then he can make a wish. That he would give her an advice. That Mitsuki would smile and say that everything will be alright. That they were brought back. Anacorus. Anacorus, you are a liar. And a thief. It's absurd. She jerks her hand away. There's no point in clinging to the past. A lot of bad things happen, but no one can promise that bad things won't happen again in the future. Without evil intentions, just because sometimes bad things happen to people. So what, run to the magical flower every time it happens? Haru knows that she's missing on an important, unique opportunity, but something inside her keeps telling her that this is wrong. Even if Anacorus does grant wishes, there's something sinister about it. The entire city is gradually being braided by its oily, throbbing vines, and somebody veins. And some people don't even notice. I'm sorry, this is wrong. Mitsuki would have agreed with me. But what next? Anacorus rustles unhappily and thrusts his thorns like an angry hedgehog. What? It obviously doesn't like Haru. Yeah, because you're using your brain, girl. It doesn't like people who think. Is it really the end? Has Haru made all this way just for some absurd flower to kick her back out? But where to go next? Brother, Mitsuki, help. Haru's eyes tear up again. She squints for a moment, catching a golden glow at the edge of her vision. Huh? She blinks perplexedly, noticing the mesh fence. Was it always there? There's a cheap pendant hanging from the mesh. Someone left it here on purpose, as if hoping that someone else would find it. Thank you, Mitsuki. Haru walks over to the fence and carefully unties the pendant before ripping off some vines and noticing a small hole in the mesh. The passage leads to a cave. Its black yawn reeks of danger. The girl doesn't have her brother's abilities, but after the ritual at the old school, sometimes she feels an otherworldly presence. There, under the stone vault, something bad had definitely happened. Well, being short does have its advantages. Yeah, go off, short queen. Struggling, she gets through the hole, straightens up, and turns on the flashlight on her cell phone. A faint light pierces the blackness that's spilling ahead. No retreating. Haru heads deeper into the cave, cautiously looking around. It's warm and dry inside. A strange drowsiness washes over the girl. She manages several yawns as she gets to a shallow pit filled with assorted junk. The first things that catch her eye are the half-rotten remains of the wooden benches used at festivals. I thought it was about to say the half-rotten remains of a girl. A dump. Haru jumps down with ease and looks around. She doesn't see anything special among the decaying bags, collapsed bags, and plastic bottles. Anacorus is growing in the pit. It's braiding the junk lying around like octopus tentacles protecting sunken treasure. The triangular flowers glow so brightly that a flashlight is unnecessary. Despite the drowsy atmosphere, Haru feels uncomfortable in the cave. She feels someone's presence. Who? The beam of the flashlight slides over the junk again and causing objects to cast black, tar-like shadows. It seems to Haru that the darkness is building up and would soon fill the entire pit. She wants to get out. Her gaze falls on the figure of a large doll sitting with its back leaning against the earthen wall. There's something wrong about it. Its posture, clothes, tangled hair. Absolutely everything about it is wrong. It can't be. She remembers a terrible accident that happened when she was going to elementary school. A child went missing during the fall fest. The girl lived in the neighboring building, and Haru recalls the adults starting a massive search. The child was never found. Her mother committed suicide soon after, unable to forgive herself for losing her daughter. The life of the father of the family had become a living hell. Is it really all this time? Why? Shouldn't the rescuers have checked the suspicious cave first? It's absurd. Same as ghosts, curses, apple candy, and magic flowers. Haru isn't smart enough to understand how Anacorus defends its domain. How exactly it erased the memories of those children who were found. How it hid the mesh fence from view. All she knows is that before her sits a tiny body that had given its last breath all alone. Or not alone? Haru jerks backward, barely holding back a shriek of terror. She heard of several children who were never found. They're all waiting here, in the cave braided with Anacorus. Dead. All of them. No, not all. Another child is sitting next to the dead girl. I'm not dead! Haru hasn't immediately noticed his figures among the boxes of trash. Oh no. What the hell is this kid's learning cave? How are you? It's a boy, malnourished and scared. His gaze doesn't focus immediately. For how many days has the poor boy been sitting in this creepy cave alone with the corpses? Hey, can you hear me? I'll get you out of here, hold on. Huh? He blinks several times, then shudders and coughs. It's the Gen Z stare. Who are you? I'm Haru, but that's not important, okay? What's important is that you're safe, not alone. I wasn't alone. And neither are you. What? Neither am I. Right, neither am I. Haru pulls the boy to her, enclosing him in a hug. His weakened fingers grip her sweatshirt with surprising strength. I found you, now everything will be alright. Yeah. Here, take this. Haru places the pendants in his grimy hands. What's this? A gift. Thank you. It's so good that she has decided to go into that cave. It's so good that she had met Natsuko that day. It's so good that she and Mitsuki once went into the old school building. She hears the little heart beating and thanks the gods for the miraculous coincidence. For if there are setbacks in life, there must be room for unexpected good fortune, right? Things happen. Bad, good, scary, joyful. But they can't be erased, and since bad events leave a mark, then so should good ones. Haru helps the boy up and out of the hole. Foot to foot, they stride out of the cave. First fortune. Yeah, firsts and not the lasts. How did you find me? I had help. I see, I'd like to thank them. Ha, you're right. This absurd flower won't take anyone ever again. They walk toward freedom. Anna, of course, is angry but doesn't bar their way. Now Haru knows what to do. She finally sees her path. Anna, of course, extinction. Coming to theaters this fall. Okay, so what if Anacorus, to make its wish come true, has to take a life? So what if it's eating all these kids to grant their posthumous wishes? The world as it is. That's anyone. Oh, new background. Let's go. Okay, so do I... Anyone wish remember Mitsuki? So I have all of these. There is apparently there is a way to... No, I don't want purely entertainment content and it's not canon. There is some weird humor and crossovers with other Tomotaro novels. Okay, just give me a second. Okay. So I just want to make sure that I can... Okay, I can. Okay, I'm gonna end this video right now. And I will come back and finish the other ones, but like I said, I'm kind of in the middle of moving, so can't really spend that much time doing stuff. But if you made it this far, I appreciate it more if you can subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you on the flip side. Bye.